No, I'm deaf. Plain and simple. Say it!
Hello everyone, welcome to Kill the Cast Podcast. My name is Jerry, and with me, as always, the ever-quotable Jay.
What is below, stays below. That is the law.
Oh, I did not expect that quote. I was placing money you were going to do the God's an Astronaut quote, so bravo.
Yeah, nope. That's not the one I wanted.
Joining us from the Silent Hill, mist-filled, smoke-filled, town-filled of demons, you can only get there on a motorcycle, Kenneth.
Hi. How's everybody doing?
I'm doing good. I'm glad you asked.
Are you asking the audience or are you asking us?
He's asking me, you fucker.
Oh, okay.
Because he cares.
I'm terrible.
Actually, I'm asking everyone, you guys included.
Oh, well, now I don't feel special. Way to fucking go. Anyway, Jay, what have you been up to this week?
Holy shit. My car killed itself, and then the car I was going to borrow killed itself as well. So I'm having a really stressful week when it comes to cars. But hopefully Monday that'll all be put behind me. Other than that, I saw a couple movies Tuesday. Only one of them horror related. I saw Happy Death Day, which is the Groundhog Day of horror. They've done it with comedy. They've done it with action on Edge of Tomorrow. And now they did it with horror. And it's not bad. It falls into a category I like to call intro horror. They're like the horror movies you show to people who aren't really into horror to try to get them into horror. So it's not too gory, it's not over the top, and it works well for what it is. I'd recommend seeing it, but there are some people who don't agree.
That would be.
Was Edge of Tomorrow good?
Yes. Oh God, yes.
Are you sure? Wasn't Tom Cruise in that?
Tom Cruise is an amazing actor. First of all,
come on.
Second of all, it's so great. Oh man, I'd highly recommend Edge of Tomorrow.
Yeah, I gotta check it out. I remember seeing the trailer for it, and I just never got around to watching it.
You know, speaking of intro to horror, that would be a fun episode. Doing like, we all bring like 5 movies to the table to introduce someone to horror.
Yeah, I like put it in the same category as like the first Scream movie, or I Know What You Did Last Summer, where they're not, they're horror, but they're not too horror.
Cannibal Holocaust.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
no,
Cannibal Holocaust.
Don't start with Cannibal Holocaust. If you're introducing someone to metal, you don't fucking start with death metal. You start with like Iron Maiden, and you work your way up to death metal. If you're introducing someone to horror, then you don't start with fucking Cannibal Holocaust.
Oh, you want to watch a horror movie to understand the genre? Here's High Tension.
That's a great movie, but again, you don't start with it.
By the way, I come across these 2 guys on YouTube that review music, and they're like into hip hop and stuff like that, and they're just like, they utilize the fact that they're black and have never listened to metal before, so but they're very objective at their reviewing, so they let people recommend stuff to them, and they did Master of Puppets, they did Hallowed Be Thy Name by Iron Maiden. They did some Pantera tracks and stuff like that. Y'all should watch them. They are hilarious.
I will when they get to better fucking music.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Oh,
Jerry.
dude, they don't just do metal. They do all kinds of shit. They do hip hop. They do all kinds of stuff. It's just the metal ones are funny.
Fair enough.
Because they sit there and they say in the videos, they're just like, "Yep, we know that we're not." We're used to doing hip hop and R&B. We know that we're not, used to doing metal, and we don't really know a whole lot about metal. So we're gonna get into this anyway, do it completely objective, and it's cool, man. I mean, it's funny when you watch it, and they're very objective. They give credit where credit's due.
Alrighty then. Well, what's the channel's name? Because this doesn't really help anyone unless they know the channel's name.
I think it's called Lost in Vegas.
Oh Jesus.
Hey, let's start a YouTube channel where we review just all kinds of music. Just whatever, man. All right, what should we call it? Lost in Vegas. People will definitely know what we're doing when they read this name.
Well, they're getting popular.
I just think that's popular. A fucking weird fucking choice of this had to be one of them's like personal YouTube channel, and they were like, oh fuck, I don't know what to call my channel. What was my old AIM screen name? We'll just use that.
Oh, fucking AIM. Jesus Christ. I had so many AIM screen names, it was ridiculous.
I just think it's fucking hilarious. So, okay, Kenneth, what have you been up to this week?
Watching those two guys on YouTube. And I just looked. It is Lost in Vegas, and the most recent one they did was Chris Stapleton, Tennessee Whiskey.
Oh Jesus!
All right, well now no one's gonna listen to it.
That's right.
But other than that, just working. Really, I mean, and playing Doom. Still playing Doom. That's about it.
Fair enough. I edited and rendered and uploaded all of our old podcasts.
Yeah, Jerry's actually been doing work, and we've been fucking around.
Yeah. Jay's been fucking going to funerals for cars. Kenneth's been going to funerals for demons. And I've been sitting at a computer editing, fucking uploading, and all this shit.
Yay.
But they are all up there. For whoever heard our previous episode, the only thing they're going to be super confused on if they listen to it on YouTube is it does not have the ending song. So they're just gonna hear Kenneth go start yelling "squad" and be like, "What the fuck?"
Oh, you didn't put it in there?
Dude, I can't though. We'll get
not for YouTube.
We'll get if we got a legit strike against our channel, you can only get 3 before your channel's fucking gone.
Yeah, and you don't even get a chance to save your content. They're like, "Fuck you."
Yeah, so no, I can't put the ending songs in there at all. Not on YouTube.
Oh, that's lame. But okay.
Yeah, so go to Horrorphilia.
Yeah, there you go.
Give us a listen or download the fucking show
on fucking iTunes and Stitcher.
Everywhere but YouTube.
Yeah, exactly. Everywhere but YouTube. Yeah, so check us out on Horrorphilia Network. So yeah, that's mostly. You met what?
By the way, I met this dude that sings for the Atlanta Opera that I gave one of our cards to, and he actually liked our page, and I added him to the group. I don't know if you noticed it recently, but
nice.
Yeah, he sings for the Atlanta Opera. He's cool as shit.
Dope. Shout out to him on that Atlanta Opera
shout
tip.
out Opera guy.
Can we just call him? Can he forever be known? I hope he writes into us one day.
Phantom of the Opera. That's his new name.
I can't remember. His first name's William. I can't remember his last name.
His first name is Phantom. His last name is of the Opera.
I'm going with the Atlanta Phantom. So that's
okay.
That's what it is now. The Atlanta Phantom. Well, anyway, before we get into the last movie in our Underground trilogy, Jay and I want to go over what we've been watching for Halloween for 31 Days of October. Jay, do you want to go first?
Sure. I do want to say, how about that fucking Stranger Things box set, man? The VHS case.
I got that bitch.
Me too. And it's fucking gorgeous.
It is. That is
fantastic.
No, I got one complaint. Why do you have no special features on this fucking thing? You go through all that shit.
I didn't look at that. Okay, so listen, this is going to make me sound really stupid. I literally bought it because of the packaging.
No, I bought it because of the packaging too. I love Stranger Things. Don't get me wrong.
I wouldn't have bought it because it's a Netflix show and I can watch it anytime, but I bought it because the packaging is so cool.
Fair enough, but it has no special features, and I bought it because of the packaging and didn't find out till afterwards that it had no special features, and I was like, well, fuck, that sucks.
Yeah, that sucks because I'd like to learn about how they,
Yeah, but whatever, they got me. I paid for it.
Yep.
So.
Oh well, moving on.
Anyway.
So I don't know. What movies I went over with last time.
I don't think we went over any.
I thought we did for Marabito. We ran through the few that we had watched.
If we did Marabito, I did up to 7.
All right. Well, I'm just going to run through them all again with no reviews. So as I've said a couple times, I'm doing series of movies, so movies with at least one sequel, if not 2 or 3.
I feel like a series has to be at least 3.
No, it doesn't. Not for my rules.
A series is of just 2 movies?
Well, then whatever. I said movies with
How many times did you have sex? A series?
I just don't know what word to give a movie and its sequel. Whatever you call that.
A sequel?
Okay. Either way, so days 1 through 3 were the Hatchet trilogy, 4 out of 5. 4 and 5 were I Know What You Did Last Summer and I Still Know What You Did Last Summer, 3 out of 5. 6, 7, 8 were Feast 2 and 3, Feast 1, 2, and 3. And those overall got a 2 out of 5, even though the first movie itself was fantastic. 9 and 10 were Urban Legend and Urban Legends, 3 out of 5. 11, 12, 13 were Sleepaway Camp 1, 2, and 3, 3 out of 5. 14 and 15 were See No Evil 1 and 2, 3 out of 5. 16 and 17 were Laid to Rest and Chrome Skull, Laid to Rest 2. Stupid fucking wording. And then 18 and 19 were 28 Days Later and 28 Weeks Later. That was a 4 out of 5. And then tonight, after we're done recording, I'll watch the first Joyride, and those will be my next 3. And then since we're not going to do another show this October, the rest of the movies are the 2 Alien vs. Predator movies, the 3 Slumber Party Massacre movies, and then to finish off the month, I'm going to do the 4 Attack of the Killer Tomato movies.
Ballin'. I love the Attack of the Killer Tomato movies. They're so fucking stupid.
They are fun. Bonus movies I've watched. Behind the Mask, The Rise of Leslie Vernon. That was a 5 out of 5. Marabito and Critters, because we did a show and the KFC on them. We already talked about that. Cult of Chucky, because it hit Netflix, 3.5 out of 5. The Babysitter also hit Netflix, 4 out of 5. And then, like I said at the beginning of the show, Happy Death Day, 3 out of 5.
Dope.
The Babysitter. Yeah, you gave it a 4 out of 5 for The Babysitter?
Yep.
I've been hearing really good things about it. I really want to check it out.
It's exactly what I love in horror comedy. I fucking loved every second of it. It's a fun ride.
What was
Fair
that
enough.
Christmas movie that you shared to us?
The what?
The Christmas horror movie that's coming out that you shared to us?
The Babysitter.
Oh, I can't remember what it's called. but
Or
it's,
there's another one that's
It's like Home Alone, but with
Get Out.
horror,
Gotta
so
get
the
out.
horror is
You
real
better
bad,
watch
something
out.
like
Yeah.
that.
You better watch out.
Something like that. I don't know
Thing.
what it's called.
No.
Let me see.
Some random Christmas thing. While he does that, I will go through mine. I did John Carpenter's The Fog. Super good. Still holds up very well. Scream Factory Blu-ray looks magnificent. Deep Blue Sea still fucking holds up. Love that movie. Dog Soldiers, my Blu-ray looks like shit. I do not have the Scream Factory, but I've heard Scream Factory doesn't look that great either. Amityville 2, The Possession, also known as The Incest. Bait 3D. What?
The Incest?
Yeah, there's incest in that movie. There's
Oh, I need to watch that.
brother
then.
fucking sister, and it's the sister's the hot chick from fucking Terrorvision.
Oh,
Um,
I'm done.
Bait 3D was fantastic. Everything I want in a shark movie. 6 was Executive Koala. See previous podcast. 7 was Marabito. See previous podcast. 8 was Critters. See previous KFC. Number 9 was Critters 3 because I wanted to know what happened before Gilbert's little brother started eating grapes. 10 was Ernest Scared Stupid because fuck
classic.
you. 11 was Gerald's Game. Fucking be way better than expected. 12 is People Under the Stairs, a Wes Craven movie that is better than any Nightmare on Elm Street movie.
I will murder you.
Friday the 13th is my number 13th movie, and it's Friday the 13th. I follow that up with 14 being 13th Part 2 and 15th being 13 Part 3, which I still don't think Part 3 is that great. 16 was the original Halloween 2. I also don't think is that great. It's okay. 17 was Dawn of the Dead, but it was the European cut called Zombie Dawn of the Dead, done by Dario Argento.
So, what is the differences? Just bullet point them really quick, because I've never actually. I didn't even know that existed.
I honestly
until
don't
you
know well
posted
enough,
about
but
it.
I really don't know well enough.
Okay, never
Because
mind.
I'm not that big of a Dawn of the Dead fan. I'm not a big zombie fan in general. And I think it's just an okay movie.
Fair enough.
Let's see. Number 18 was a movie I did. It was a screener called Cute Little Buggers, which you will have to wait and listen to the Halloween special of the Bloody Bits podcast to hear my review on that. Number 19 was Nightbreed Director's Cut, which we'll do here in a moment. 20 was Ghidorah, the three-headed monster, because I love Godzilla. And 21 was Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla, because I love 90s Godzilla. Except for 98, Jay. Sit the fuck down. I know what you were about to say. I'm not going to hear it. We repping Space Godzilla around here. And that's all
I
I've...
like Final Wars. Don't judge me.
No, Final Wars is what I show people to get them into Godzilla, because it's like...
It's fucking Power Rangers meets Godzilla.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's Kung Fu movie.
It's a lot
fucking
easier
great.
for people to get in, but like most... Actually, you know what's funny is that movie is not very liked in the Godzilla community.
Really? That is kind of
Yep,
funny.
a lot of us
One my favorites.
don't care for it. It is not one of my favorites.
You know why it's one of my favorites? Because it's basically a remake of Destroy All Monsters.
If you ever disrespect Destroy All Monsters like that ever again,
I said it was a remake.
I will
How is that
fucking murder you.
That's what it is.
In your fucking sleep.
He fights the same spider.
I will fill your lung with spiders. Just one lung. Not both.
But
just one.
You've got to appreciate that he kills the fucking American Godzilla.
To Sum 41, which is also probably one of the most disrespectful things ever. If you get your ass...
am I still waiting?
If you get your ass beat to Sum 41, like, not even just a chorus, a Sum 41 chorus, just fucking, just end your life. Just be done. Don't show, or don't, you know what, don't end your life, that's kind of rude, but be a hermit. Don't ever, like, stay at home.
Stop enjoying movies.
And jack off to David Blaine specials, and that's literally all you're allowed to do for the rest of your life. You don't even get to watch, like, Penn and Teller. You only get David Blaine.
Oh, I love Penn and Teller, though.
I love Penn and Teller also. Of course, I would never Penn and Teller. But still, nonetheless. So yeah, those were our movies. Kenneth, have you watched any horror movies you haven't talked about?
He's been watching Captain
He's like,
America
yeah, I've been
shit.
watching Doom and Doom.
Actually, no, I haven't been watching Captain America because somebody has been letting, car shit and whatever get in way of the priorities of downloading these movies.
Jay, your life is not important. Get him
It
Captain
is not.
America.
The first Captain America is on Hulu, I think, so go ahead and give that a watch.
I looked. I didn't see it there, but I guess I'll go back.
Maybe
But,
I'm wrong.
No,
Something's
I
on
watched
Hulu.
I started listening to the Dead Zone audiobook, and so it made me want to watch the movie with Christopher Walken. And you know what? Aside from the fact that Christopher Walken's in it, it's really not that great of a movie.
The TV show that was on USA for like 5 years, 6 years, however many seasons it ran, was one of my favorite things ever.
That was a cool show. I enjoyed the show. Actually, the bad part about it is, actually, may not be that surprising. The show was closer to the pilot and whatever was closer to the book than the movie was.
That makes sense.
I was closer to you.
So, I mean, like I said, it had Christopher Walken in it, and when that movie came out, it was before he had his signature mannerisms, and so I mean, it was okay. There was just a lot of shit that was left out. Like, you don't find out until the last 10 minutes of the movie why the fuck it's called the Dead Zone, and that's like a key part of his.
That's in the first 20 minutes of the show.
That's what I'm saying, and I mean, it's in the first fucking few chapters of the book, and then
because the doctor tells Johnny about it.
Right. Johnny kind of figures it out.
Did someone tell Johnny to be angry for Johnny to be mad?
I don't get it.
It's a Nightbreed reference.
Oh.
Anyway, continue with.
I have not watched this movie. No.
But yeah, it's in the last 10 to 20 minutes.
I watched Humanoids of the Deep
they call
instead.
Fuck you, Jay.
It still cracks me up.
Oh my god, we finally do an episode on something you want to do and you watch the wrong fucking movie. You fucking piece of shit.
It was still a good episode, though.
It was, but still. Kenneth, remember that Black Christmas episode that you weren't here for?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this motherfucker, even though I said, hey, let's do the movie you really want to do, he still watched he watched Humanoids of the Deep instead.
Because I just remember that's what the movie that stuck out in my head.
Because it's a better movie.
That must have been a great podcast.
Oh, it was fucking...
Well, I've seen the Black Christmas remake enough times that it was fine, but it just fucking... I was like, no, wait. What?
It was our sexiest podcast.
That's true.
Because we had a female.
I'll be honest with you. I think I've only watched the Black Christmas remake a couple of times.
Well, you can listen to all our thoughts on it and on that episode.
No, I'm good. If I'm not on the podcast, I don't listen to it.
He's only ever listened to one Skeleton Crew episode. Okay.
Let's review a movie, guys.
Okay.
I talked to Alex for an hour the other day, by the way.
You lucky mother! I talked to. Can I say this? Yeah, it'll be close enough to either coming out. I talked to him, Jamie, Dan, and Dave for fucking 4 hours the other day. for the fucking last episode of Skeleton Crew.
Jesus, that's a long-ass podcast.
Yeah, I had to get up at 8 o'clock in the morning to record that. Dave doesn't even remember half the podcast. So, okay. We are doing Nightbreed, which I think is from 1990, right? Is it 1990? Yes. 19 motherfucking 90, meaning it's the best 80s horror movie ever made, because it learned from all the other mistakes that Freddy made. So, let's get into this movie. It is part of the Clive Barker trifecta, which means it was written and directed by Clive Barker, which also includes Hellraiser and Lords of Illusion.
Lord of Illusion, I watched that for the first time last year, I think. For my 31
it's
days
Lords of Illusion.
There
are multiple lords here. Okay?
Whatever.
Let's show some respect to the plural form of words.
I don't believe in plurals.
So that's why you're single?
Oh.
You walked into that one. Anyway, we are doing Nightbreed because it is one of Kenneth's favorite movies, and it fits into my underground trilogy I want to do, which was really an excuse for me to do Digging Up the Marrow and Marabito. But of course, I have to give the guys what they want, and these two fucking love Nightbreed. So much so that we did a live Facebook video one time where I gave Kenneth the big special collector's edition of Nightbreed, and he came on video live in front of everyone, and we were arrested. We weren't arrested. So
between Nightbreed and you and Reese sitting next to me, man, I mean, how could I not?
That's very true. Now, Kenneth, we're going to give it to you because I think you love Nightbreed more than anyone I've ever met.
That's true.
So, Kenneth,
even Clive Barker is like, well, Kenneth loves it the most.
Yeah, even Clive Barker just said, I actually wrote it for Kenneth. I didn't know him at the time, but I knew one day he would need this movie. So, Kenneth, tell us about Nightbreed, your history with Nightbreed. What do you love about this movie? What's going on inside that head of yours?
It's, alright, so first it's another one of those that, you know, I've got a lot of these. It's another one of those that my dad introduced to me. The thing I really, really like about this movie is that it's not one of those movies where it's like, you know, it's not the good, the typical good versus evil dynamic.
That's fucking true.
Right. It's not your typical thing. It's one of those movies where it's like, you know, it's one of those that shows the good and the evil on both sides of the spectrum. You know, because we as human beings, and in this case humans and monsters, we all have good and evil both inside of us, and I think that's a great thing that's portrayed in this movie, is that on the monster side and on the human side, you know, because like at first, especially if you take the sheriff, you know what I'm saying, at first, you know, aside from sounding like an asshole, he seemed like he was going to be the one that would be like, hey, leave them alone and whatever, and then when he finds out that they're really there, he's the one that's trying to hunt them down and kill them, you know. And then on top of that, it's got that whole thing about, you know, things that are different, you know, and that dynamic where, you know, leave things that are different alone, and you know, if they're not hurting anybody, leave them alone. And, you know, what's the point in being mean to them and whatnot? And with me growing up the way I did, being different, you know, in a small town and being probably the most unique person in a small town, it kind of hit me from a different perspective the first time that I saw it, because I was like, wow, you know, this would be fucking awesome if I could find a place where I could fit in like that, you know, like Boone does, where he's like, you know, he always
try and dig up the cemetery.
No, I didn't try to dig up the marrow, but
yeah.
But no, I mean, like I said, it's one of the things where, you know, looking at Boone always seems like he's trying to. He knows that there's a place where he fits in. He's just trying to find it, you know, and it's kind of in his psyche, and he's got to find where the monsters live, and that's kind of the way that I always felt growing up, is that I needed to find where I belonged.
You know, and I got to jump in real quick on the Boone needing to find where he fits in. my biggest confusion in this movie is with Boone before he actually makes it there. I feel like there's this whole backstory I'm missing where I just cannot connect with Boone at all in this movie because I don't know why he wants to go to Midian besides he has dreams and for some reason he thinks he'll be forgiven there, but he didn't know he needed to be forgiven until he was told that he had killed people. But before then, and then after that, he was like, I need to go to Midian because they forgive people. I'm like, where did you fucking learn this knowledge? You said you stopped having dreams. Like, I do not think they did a good job of explaining why Boone needed to get to, as Jay likes to call it, Midland.
Oh, that's not fair. That was before we started recording.
Oh, but I'm still giving you shit for it. I do like this movie, but my biggest problem with this movie is Boone throughout this entire fucking movie.
Well, it's
like,
fucking Boone's fault that the whole society collapsed in the first place.
It fucking is. I have a whole thing. Where is this fucking thing I wrote? Oh yeah, like one, he's a dick to his girlfriend who does nothing but just wants to love him. And look, I get it, Boone. She has a big forehead, and when she sings, she's really fucking ugly. But most of the times, she's really pretty, except when she sings, and that ass is banging. Okay, and she comes back to you and goes through all this shit for you, goes through hell to get back to you, and you're like, nah, I'm good. Go somewhere else. And then she's like, well, fucking, I'm about to Romeo the shit out of this, and just stabs herself, and now you're like, oh shit, I care. After you literally told her you could not make her into one, then you bite her and make her into one. Did you know that before, or were you at this point just panicking because you were trying to act like a tough guy and she called you on your bluff? Like, Boone fucking sucks. Boone is a piece of shit, like...
Yeah, he really is, though.
Like, because he even throws in a Darth Vader-like no scream when she's like, oh, she's dead. I'm like, you were just about to, go away, mostly because you probably wanted to have a threesome with Spiky Nudie Chick and fucking Busta Rhymes. I meant fucking red-faced tentacle dread dude.
Yeah, tentacle head.
Like, so... I just do not like Boone. I fucking hate Boone. Not in the way of like Heather from Nightmare on Elm Street. I can deal.
Are you ever gonna?
No. But in all seriousness, the comparison here is because I did not like Heather. I could not connect it with Heather. But Boone never takes me out of the movie. I just think he's a weak fucking character, and he's like, this whole fucking thing is his fault. People are dying because of him, because he's like, I need to go to fucking Midland, and he fucking gets there and fucking gets bit in its ass, and then he can't even follow their rules. Like, that would be like me showing up to Kenneth's house to live with him, and as soon as he goes to beat off, I unplug the router. Okay?
Oh,
that's the reason why I keep the router in my room.
And then it fucking freeze frames on the guy's dong instead of the chick's tits, and you're like, well, I gotta finish.
Yeah, and then you're kind of questioning because you came at that area, your sexuality and all that. But that's what Boone does. He shows up to their fucking house, and then Rick James fucks their couch. Okay? Yeah. That's my only problem.
That was my problem too.
Okay, that's my problem with this movie is just fucking Boone. I love everyone else. Dr. Decker, fucking awesome. I love that his name is a throw to Decker and Philip K. whatever the fuck his name is, who wrote the book. Philip K. Dick. Oh, man. Philip K. Dick, who fucking wrote Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep. Yeah. I love that. I love Lylesburg. I love his fucking multiple eyes. Because, like, anytime he gets a cum shot, he's fucked. Like, he is and you know they be fucking down there. I would bet.
You know who these people are, right?
Yeah, who, Lysberg and Dr. Yeah, I just haven't. I'm just going through the character list of fucking everyone's good in this movie except for Boone. Except for the name Boone. I do like the name Boone. So yeah,
read the book. You get more backstory on him and stuff like that.
So is this movie based on a book, or did they novelize the movie?
Yeah, it's based on a book called Cabal.
So Did
I've
Clive
got it.
Barker write that too?
Yep.
I wonder if Cabal from Mortal Kombat's based on.
Does Cabal
no, because he
and
wears
Hellraiser take place in the same universe? 'Cause that'd be dope.
I actually read that yes, that Hellraiser and Nightbreed do take place in the same universe.
Actually, aside from like his fantasy stuff and even some of his fantasy stuff kind of roll into it, most of his horror novels take place in the same universe.
Well,
because,
then the fucking Nightbreed should summon the Cenobites and just go to fucking town.
yeah, but see the thing about it, the one crossover character that I know of for sure is Harry Diamore from Lord of Illusions. He's in more than one thing. He was in the Scarlet Gospels, the sequel to Hellbound Heart. He was in that.
Yeah, and I actually really like him in that.
He's a recurring character.
I like that character in general. I would love to see more movies done with that character.
Well, I mean, if Clive Barker's health wasn't as bad as it is, if you get on his website, you can see all the stuff that he wants to do, that he's trying to get done, but his health is so bad that nobody wants to fund him, which I can't blame him. And he wants to do like a second and third sequel to Nightbreed. He wants to do a Harry Diamore movie all on his own.
And Harry's the detective, right?
Yeah.
From Lords of Illusion, not
Yeah.
Okay.
Lord of Illusions.
Is it? I thought it was Lords. I thought the
Nope,
Lord.
it's
One
Lord
Lord,
of Illusions.
multiple illusions. You have respect for plurals.
Oh fuck! I just looked over on my Blu-ray shelf, and y'all are right. Damn it! I hate being wrong, especially when I'm wrong when I'm correcting Jay.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot,
Don't
Kenneth.
correct me unless I'm wrong.
I like how Kenneth didn't correct me back then and waited till now.
I wasn't going to. I was going to let somebody comment and correct you, so that way you could look even more stupid.
Speaking of stupid, why does Boone dress like a fucking 1950s greaser? Like, did he grow up
swear
reading?
to God, I was driving home today and I saw a kid getting off of the bus that looked like a fucking 50s greaser. The boots
dope,
with the
though.
buckle going over it, the fucking jeans rolled up, the white
Hell
tee
yeah.
and the leather jacket, the whole nine. I was like,
Hell yeah.
He was
hey man.
he was cosplaying Ponyboy from fucking
No,
The Outsiders.
his parents are probably rockabillys.
It was cool. It was cool.
That's fucking
And I was like,
dope.
I thought about it and I was like, man, well, it is Halloween. But then I was like, them boots and that leather jacket, and it was a nice fucking biker jacket. I was like, no, that's too expensive for a fucking.
He's probably got a pack of like candy cigarettes rolled up in his fucking sleeve and shit.
For
Wouldn't
real.
that be cool?
One of those
But yeah.
switchblade combs.
Because I know that leather jacket. I could see it from a distance. You know, I know that leather jacket that he had. It wasn't one of those like, $99 ones that you just go buy at a fucking truck stop. It looked like one of those $300 fucking leather jackets.
Yeah. So Boone's an idiot.
Yeah.
What? Okay, you know this scene where he finally gets Decker. He's like, it's when fucking Laurie first shows up to Midian, and he's holding on to him, and then I'm probably gonna pronounce this wrong, so correct me, Kenneth. Narcisse.
I think it's Narcisse.
Narcisse is using his blade on his fucking, which are the worst finger blades ever, by the way. Like,
Chrome.
Jesus, why did you, like, Freddy Krueger beats you on that one, buddy.
Yeah.
And he's going to go cut Decker, and then Boone lets Decker go just so he can be like, no, he's mine. I'm like, you could have just said that. You didn't have to let him run away.
Yeah. Boone's a fucking idiot.
Like,
And then at the end, he's giving that fucking speech as if he's like fixing somebody else's problem. He's like, "We must fight." I'm like, they wouldn't have to fight if it wasn't for you, asshole.
yeah, now you've got to deal with berserkers that are just running everywhere.
And then he
Like-
turns into God at the end, right? Like that's
No, he's supposed to turn into Baphomet because apparently Baphomet also used to be Cabal or is Cabal. Or
yeah, but that's like their God.
some shit, yeah. But here's the thing. Like, this is literally God sending Jesus down so God can forgive us more, but he can't just do it. He's got to have a show. So fucking someone's got to come up and fuck up a bunch of shit so that he can save them from themselves.
Yeah.
Save them from his
The
own
biggest-
mistakes.
The biggest thing I don't like about Boone is his Batman voice.
I don't mind the Batman voice. I'm fine with the Batman voice.
I don't like the Batman voice.
Where's Midian?
Right.
Where is it?
Oh, it's fucking great. So let's get off Boone. We've been fucking Boone. Let's get on fucking Decker, man. That mask.
Oh, God. That mask is fucking genius.
I do have to question how he sees so well out of it, because, like, those
little button holes, you know what I'm saying? Look like he walked out of Coraline.
Yeah, like, those are really dark. I know he wears his sunglasses at night and everything, but...
So he can.
Yes, but how the fuck does he see anything with those?
It doesn't matter, man. It's David Cronenberg. Who cares?
I know. I just have to wonder. But there's a lot of cool background stuff in this. I like in Decker's office. There's all these fucking monster mask and kabuki mask and shit. And I thought that was pretty dope. And I gotta say, Decker is by far the best thing about this movie. Even with all the fucking amazing monster design, Decker is the driving force of this movie. I constantly just want to know why Decker's doing, why he's doing, and they don't really give you a good reason. He's just like, Decker's like, because I can, and that's why I'm going to do it. And it's like, fuck, okay, doesn't really make a lot of sense, but fuck it, man, you go right ahead. So
yes,
yeah. So like, fucking Kenneth, how do you feel about Decker?
There are moments when I really, really like Decker. I think Decker brings a really nice element of creepiness to the movie. But I'm kind of with you. I kind of want to know a little bit more about why he's doing what he's doing. I mean, just for the sheer joy of, you know, going and killing these people or whatever. I kind of want to know. There's a piece of me that makes me think that he wants to be a monster, but at the same time,
here's what I kind of got from the whole situation. Boone keeps talking about Midian. Decker wants to get there to kill monsters. And so he feels like if he murders a whole bunch of people, he'll become a monster and therefore able to find Midian.
Okay, yeah, no, we get all that. We want to know why.
Because why not?
No, that's
He's
not
a sociopath.
That's fucking poor writing. I'm sorry, that's poor writing. I want to know why. Just like here's the thing. I feel like you're too. Okay, if you look at all your characters in movies, you get no background on fucking any of them. Like, why does Laurie love Boone so much? Like, is he just slinging that D? I mean, I'd have to fucking assume so, because he's not doing anything like fucking crazy amazing or anything. Like, you have no clue why Decker wants to just kill monsters. You honestly know more about like the creation of the underground median than you do anyone else. Like, what the fuck? How did Ashbury lose his faith? Like, why is he a drunk in a fucking police station? What happened to him? I like him. I want to know more about him. Did he get kicked out for not fucking little boys or something? Like,
what?
I don't know.
That's what the monsters are about, dude.
No, he got kicked out of the Catholic Church, and that's why, because he went fuck boys.
Sorry,
like,
I confused my characters.
Like the only people that you don't give a shit about in this movie for like background information are like the law enforcement and like the FBI. Like, you don't give a shit about why they're just doing their job. And I got to make a joke at Kenneth's expense. Kenneth, how often do you see Captain Eagerman at the NRA meetings?
Mm-hmm.
That's all I could think about.
Yeah.
Like, this
cool,
this is what people think when they think NRA. That's who they think.
Yeah.
When in all reality, actually more NRA members are like Ashbury. They just didn't want to fuck kids. That's actually probably a true statement. I feel like at least 99% of NRA members would not fuck kids. They're actually pretty good dudes.
Very true.
Like, can't say the same about the Catholics. All I'm saying. And then, of course, getting into some of these monsters. We've got Lylesburg, which is played by Doug Bradley. Which, if you watch the theatrical cut, you're fucked because they redubbed Doug Bradley and you don't even get to hear him. But
Why?
I don't know.
Make stupid decisions,
dude. The producers fucked that movie. I
couldn't remember.
Oh man,
when he comes up and Lausberg starts talking, I was like, that sounds actually like Doug Bradley.
Yes, they let him redub all of his lines for the director's cut because he was pissed that they cut out all of his dialogue and had someone else redub it.
That is stupid, especially since.
Okay, well, Jay,
his voice is so iconic.
It's
they
actually
do virtually the same thing in Hellraiser.
What
is it not him in Hellraiser?
Yeah, they change his voice in Hellraiser.
Well, that's a different.
I can see them altering his voice,
but literally to have someone else come and redub his voice without telling him, he didn't even know.
Up, man.
He literally did not know until he saw the movie.
That sucks.
Yeah, they fucked this movie. They took out so much shit. The director's cut has 20 minutes worth of footage taken out of the theatrical version, and then 40 new minutes put in.
Yeah, like that whole end.
So
the
it has
whole
a
ending,
whole. So they swapped 20 for 40.
Yeah.
Okay, I've only ever seen the director's cut, so I don't even know what the theatrical cut looks like.
You ought to watch it, man, because this, like I said, the entire ending of this movie is completely different.
You know what's really weird? For the longest
managed
time,
not to fuck anything up.
I thought.
No, I mean, like if I'm not mistaken, and I could be, but if I'm not mistaken, in the theatrical cut, the Ashbury is the reason for everything blowing up. And I don't mean like what the cops and everybody do, because the cops initially start the blowing up and then the battle happens and whatever. But
like the blowing up in the underground.
Yeah, like the end of it, the very end of it, like the final nail in the coffin after Baphomet does his little thing is because of Ashbury. Ashbury gets pissed because his face is fucked up, and he's like, "Look what you did to me," and blah blah blah, and he makes it even worse.
You know what? All ape shit. I actually have in my notes right after the Berserkers remind me of humanoids from the deep. Did Preacher cause this last blow up? Because it almost seemed like Baphomet used power to throw that bowl of liquid in the Preacher's face. And it almost seems as that happened, he like hit something or I can't remember what exactly happens, but he does something to make it seem like he caused like the last like underground explosion. Even in the director's cut.
Yeah, but and then the whole thing where Boone and his old lady are going through that whole segment where he bites her and he's not going to bite her and he tells her to get the fuck alone. All that, none of that shit happens in the director's cut, in the theatrical. None of it.
Interesting.
That's all right, because all that shit was terrible.
Singing, that scene of her singing where she looks all creepy when she's singing, that's not in there.
That was also a good choice. They probably made the right choice taking that out.
Yeah.
Because she is not... I like her voice. I actually don't have a problem with the song.
Yes,
it's just her voice creeps me the... not her voice. Her face really creeps me the fuck out. I instantly...
Isn't that the point of a horror movie?
No, because I lost my boner. Normally I keep the boner throughout most of the horror movie.
Oh. Well, naked bird chick with porcupine spikes should turn you on.
You know what? It would... But she fucks red dudes, and I'm racist. But no,
I don't mean Native Americans, listeners. We love the Native Americans.
I mean the Redskins, the fucking sports team. And I don't know enough to know if they're baseball or football. I just know they're a sports team.
Jesus Christ.
So, but I do feel like with the Ashbury, like I feel like Baphomet did use power to throw the water into his face to make him the new Lylesburg, to make him the new priest.
Right, he's Nightbreed at
he
the
was
end of the movie
selected
right now. That's not just a deformity.
I mean, I don't know because I don't know what's in that liquid, so I don't know if that like. I mean, technically, it is a deformity.
Right, but my understanding is you put your hand in the liquid, and if you don't die, then you're Nightbreed. Like you transform.
Yeah, but how did Boone win the lot? Him and fucking gay dude with the fucking dog. They won the Nightbreed lottery because they look perfectly fucking normal.
Except when he goes into like crazy mode and he gets all those weird.
Oh yeah, he gets fucking a Mike Tyson tattoo. That's the worst he fucking gets. But he can just breathe out pink smoke and become perfectly fine again.
Yeah,
like he won the fucking lottery. He gets the crazy awesome powers, and he gets to look completely normal. He can just walk around wherever.
Yep.
Him and fucking gay French bulldog guy. Which is probably my favorite dude in the entire movie. Besides Red Busta Rhymes.
Cenobite he plays.
He plays the one who has black things over his eyes, is chubbier.
Right.
He plays that one because he talks about how it sucked that he literally could not see anything.
Yeah, now I remember. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like the end of this movie, by the way.
No.
I think it's
cut ending?
Yeah, I don't like the end of this movie. I think I just don't give enough shit about Boone, and I'm not honestly convinced that Boone goes to that barn to like help them out and start a new thing. All my money's on Ashbury. He's the fucking actual hero of this movie. He's gonna lead them to the way back, not fucking Cabal, who's gonna go fucking get a gas mask and grow dreads and fight in tournaments across the world.
Well, I actually like the end. I actually like the end of the director's cut. I actually think it made it a better movie than the theatrical.
I'm not saying that it does make it a better. Like, the theatrical is garbage. I'm surprised anyone watched this movie and was like, I want to see more after watching the theatrical. But I just don't. Boone is not good. Boone, and the ending to me is so lackluster because I think I'm supposed to be really excited for Boone, and I'm like, hell yeah, but I'm like, nah, dude, you're an asshole. You call some fucked up shit and set it up so you can be the hero, but you're really just really selfish.
True that.
I know I'm giving it shit, but I really do like the movie. Cause there's some really good moments, when the fucking gay French bulldog dude guy dies. That's fucking heartbreaking. That scene of him getting just beat and the sun's burning him up and he explodes. That shit made me sad. That is a true scene of representing a bully, representing what this movie is trying to represent.
Exactly.
But I do have 2 points in the movie where I'm like, y'all fucked up. When Laurie goes down the steps into Midian the first time, there's all these snakes. And then after the red version of Busta Rhymes lets her go, all those snakes are gone off the stairs. Just every single one.
Well, that's because they're magic snakes.
I don't think they're...
the red dude's name is Pelican, I think.
He is.
His name is Dreadhead.
I have all their names up here, and his name is Pelican, and the...
Pelican? He doesn't even look anything like a pelican.
Peliquin. I'm sorry, Peliquin.
Maybe
whatever.
he likes to eat fish.
The Moonface guy is named Kinski. Why can't we just call him Moonface? I really like Moonface. Rachel is the chick who has the daughter and can turn into smoke.
Yeah, Rachel's the best.
That's another one that I'm not for sure, but I don't remember that scene where she kind of smokes naked in the police station. I don't think that was in the theatrical either.
No. The nude Spike chick who bangs Peliquin, the Red Busta Rhymes, her name is Shuna Sasi.
What the fuck?
The gay French bulldog dude is Onaka, and he's also my favorite. The blue devil guy is named Lude. The double snake coming out the stomach on the fat dude, his name is Leroy Gom.
Leroy Jenkins.
Yeah, and the little girl who turns into I don't know what to call that. Fucking
dog monster thing.
Chupacabra. Her name is Babette. And it was really hard to find all these fucking names, by the way. There is no... I had to pull this all from a site that detailed it from the comic book and not the movie.
Makes sense.
Also, the hotel scene. Okay, so chick drops her food on the floor. She goes down there, and she sees feet walking towards her. She hears the splat of the head. She looks up, there's no one there, but the head's there, and then all of a sudden, Decker is behind her and kills her. There is no fucking way he did that. Absolutely no fucking way. That just is just no, just it didn't fucking happen. There's no way he moved that. But I do want to point out a call to Lord of Illusions, which I guess came after this, so he just redid it in Lord of Illusions. When Boone goes into the room where all the dead bodies are in the hotel, there's a pyramid of cards. That's also with dead bodies around it. That's also in Lord of Illusions. Except less dead bodies.
Oh, we gotta have more dead bodies.
He went less. Technically, there was one dead body and then a dying body. So Baphomet looks fucking awesome. I want to know more. I want to know so much more about this movie. That's what kills me is why did they fuck up? Why did the producers fuck up this movie? Because if they had let him make the movie he wanted to make, I think we would have saw more Nightbreed movies, because this would have been a fucking huge hit in the horror movie community, because it hits all of us. One, it's a good horror movie, has good gore, has weird nudity, which I'm always a fan of.
Weird nudity is my favorite.
Yeah. And it does what Frankenstein does. You feel bad for the monsters. They're sympathetic. You hate the fucking humans. This is classic monster tropes done correctly. But they had to fuck it up and try to turn it into some weird fucking slasher with fucking leather jacket guy versus sackhead guy, which they shouldn't have done. And because of that, I'm never going to get more movies in this fucking series, because it would be fucking awesome, and I'm really kind of pissed. So I gotta ask you guys, can anyone off the top of the head, if they could have another movie that takes place with the Nightbreed, what would you want?
Just like anything?
I want to know more about like the creation of Midian.
Me too.
I want to go back to that fucking Baphomet calling everyone, and
yeah, I want to see him. I want to see if he was anything other than what he is in the movie. Like, was he a human once and then he was the first Nightbreed? Like, what's going on with there? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, I want to know more about that. Where did Lylesburg get all these laws? Like, there's a point where they're like, there are no rules down here, but then they're also like, we have laws against this. You can't just go killing humans, which I'm not sure why you can't go about killing humans, but I guess it's because they don't want to draw attention to themselves.
Well, that doesn't seem right, because the red guy was ready to eat fucking Boone.
Yeah, but Moonface was like, no, you can't. We have laws. But at the same time, fucking Boone thinks he's going to get in there because he was told he killed a bunch of people. Which I'm just like, okay, so that makes you a racist, because you think the only way you can be a monster is to kill people? And you're using that against them saying, no, I kill people, I get to be one of you, when Moonface is clearly over here telling Red Busta Rhymes that you cannot do this. You can't kill people, it's not allowed.
Don't they fight over a human at one point? Like, I get to eat them. No, I get to eat them.
Yeah, and then when she goes down, when fucking Big Forehead Lori goes down to fucking Midland, everyone's trying to either fuck her or kill her.
That's usually how my dates go.
Which is weird, because there's apparently abundance of dead bodies they could be having sex with.
Yeah.
But
that's also how my dates go after I drop my date off.
Like, so how enforced are these laws? Is Lylesburg just going around going, laws, guys, but everyone else is like, you ain't gonna do shit. Sit your six-eyed face down.
Well, apparently, because Boone was like, fuck your rules. Oops,
yeah, and then he breaks the rules. And, yeah, destroys fucking everything over a chick who wears fucking watermelon shirts.
Watermelon.
That at the end of it, you're honestly like, oh, I don't even care. You can leave. I don't even want you here.
Yeah.
Like, this movie's so frustrating to me, but I fucking love it. Like, I don't know if that's weird or not, but I fucking love it. So, okay, I've ranted enough. in a weird way because I ranted about how I love everything. Does anyone have anything in this movie they want to cover? They want to talk about? Jay, do you have anything?
I am absolutely in love with all of the creature makeup and the creature designs. I think they're fantastic.
Oh, they are. I like how some of them are just like really simple, and then other ones are like fucking full body makeups.
Right?
Like you just get like a little cut on your face, but we're turning you into a turkey.
You get to be a naked chicken lady with porcupine spikes.
Yeah. Like, you just
Have
get to be a
fun.
naked chick who gets to turn into smoke, but you're naked also, but we're going to put quills on you. Oh, and you're blue. Like, what the fuck? So
You get to wear a boa and carry a puppy.
Yeah, like, I want to be that
Okay.
guy. I just get to hang out with a dog. Also, did he go steal a dog, or did a dog just show up one day and he decided, fuck it, I'm keeping it?
I bet a dog wandered in. I mean, it's just a fucking cemetery.
I mean, that's true, but that cemetery is pretty far off. Oh, dude, I bet someone dumped a bunch of puppies on the side of the road, and they all went into different directions, and this one just happened to go to the cemetery, and it gets to live a fucking pretty decent life up until the dude dies, because now I'm like, who's taking care of the dog? Because I'm pretty
Nobody,
sure Blue Devil Lude and his buddy Leroy Gom probably fucking ate it.
I wouldn't doubt it.
I'm just throwing that out there. So, yeah, Kenneth, do you have anything else you want to say on this movie? Like, I feel... Did Kenneth fall asleep?
Possibly.
Kenneth.
Yes.
Kenneth.
Oh, poor Kenneth.
I can't call.
Folks, let me tell you why Jerry figures out this Kenneth situation. This show is much like our Evil Dead show, where it was just fucking plagued with issues. We had our original recording time, and one of us had an issue, so we pushed it back. Then one of us had another issue, and so we pushed it back. And then my car died twice, and we had to push it back. So we are lucky that this thing's even being recorded. And since we're at a huge time difference and our days off don't sync up, I'm over here like, oh, it's 9 o'clock. I'm good to go. Fucking poor Kenneth, who works at like 4 a.m. in the morning. Luckily, he's off tomorrow.
Yeah, it's
Came
1
home to
a.m.
take a
for
nap,
him.
and he's fucking up. He's midnight is when we started for him. So poor guy's just like out.
Yeah, it's very sad. But still. Oh, dude, you know what's also fucking in the Hall of Berserkers? When that fucking flying shark comes down right after fucking Lylesburg
what?
the priest. Yeah, when
That shit was
Lylesburg the
crazy looking, wasn't it?
Yeah, when Lylesburg the priest fucking dies and the flying shark comes down, that shit is amazing. That was fucking awesome.
It kind of reminded me of Finding Nemo.
Well, here's my question: is that a Nightbreed, or is that like humans have pets? Do Nightbreeds have Nightbreed pets?
I couldn't tell you, dude.
Because I'm super fucking confused, and I want to know where I can get the manta ray shark fuck combo. I want it. Someone,
some weird ass crossbreeding.
Why not? Fucking apparently the fucking berserkers look like what would have happened if you would have let the humanoids of the deep mate with fucking women.
They did mate with women.
Oh my god, you know who the berserkers look like? They look like the Ivan Ooze monsters.
Oh god, I fucking love Power Rangers, man.
That's what they fucking look like. I just thought of that. Like, oh man, I need to get a side-by-side picture of those. Because I fucking think they're the fucking same. So, yeah, Kenneth, do you have anything you want to say about Nightbreed?
Oh.
I'm pretty sure he was just talking.
He was. He like woke up and was like, I got this. Fucking Nightbreed's the greatest. Good night.
No, I had my thing muted from where I was sneezing and I forgot.
Oh.
Oh, okay. We thought you fell
I've been-
asleep because it's like 1 a.m. for you. And you've probably been up since
I've been
5.
doing that the whole time to try to keep. You remember that unfortunate mishap that we had with the one that we recorded where you were coughing?
Oh yeah, guys, brain scan. If you want to hear what happens when I totally fuck up an episode but decide to release it anyway, because I'm fucking super high off cough medicine.
That episode, okay.
Well,
yeah. So I've been muting to hide my,
That was a team fuck up.
Yeah, but I was also high on cough medicine for like between watching the movie, taking notes, recording it with y'all, editing it and putting it out. I was so fucking high on cough medicine that I didn't even realize that it was fucked up until Kenneth called me. He was like, you're coughing through this entire thing and you can't hear shit. And I'm like, hold up, I'm gonna take another shot of NyQuil.
That was my best quote, though. I'll give myself that, because I did an entire fucking monologue for the movie.
I don't know. I was pretty impressed with your Japanese.
That was fun too, but I feel like I acted the shit out of my quote for Brain Scan.
I'd have to agree.
I was gonna, no matter what issues that I have, that we found with this movie and stuff like that, it's still near dear to my heart, man. I'll always love this movie.
Oh yeah, no, it's a great fucking movie.
This movie's fantastic, and I really like the part where they added a whole bunch of stuff in where Laurie's walking around down in Midian and she sees all the monsters, because that wasn't in the theatrical cut either. A couple of pieces of it was, but it's not
anything that shows off more of the monsters I'm okay with.
Yeah, it's not nearly as long in the theatrical cut. I think you maybe only see like one or two of the monsters in the theatrical. You don't see nearly what the shit you see in this.
I'd be completely okay with a movie completely devoid of Boone just showing me the day-to-day in this fucking monster society. Like, show me Dreadhead going around like shopping for groceries and shit.
Like, I think you could have turned Nightbreed into Seinfeld, where
I'd watch the shit
where
like that.
Red Busta Rhymes, it's all about him and like him fucking Elaine, who is Shunashani porcupine chick, and then Kramer and Newman are Lude, which is the Blue Devil guy, and Fat Snake Belly Leroy Jenkins Gom being Newman. Like, you could have done.
We eat the humans. It's the rules, Jerry.
Yeah, like you could do a whole fucking sitcom based on Nightbreed.
Oh, I'd watch the shit out of that.
Like, it would be fucking amazing. But yeah, this movie is weird in the sense that there's things wrong with it that you're just like, what the fuck? But the movie's so fucking good that you want more. You want to dig in more. You want to see the past. You want to know more about the present. And you're fucking dying to see the future.
Hell yeah. I want to see them rebuild.
I want to see them
really
rebuild.
Dig the monster that's like the black devil guy.
Lude. The Blue Devil guy?
Yeah, well, he looks black in the dark, but whatever. Yeah, I really, really like him.
I had to look it up in the comic. He's blue.
But yeah, he's wicked looking.
Which also, how expensive are the comics? I want to get them.
Who produced them?
I don't know who put them out. I don't even know how many there are, but fucking after having to use the comics to look up stuff for the movie for character information, I really want to read them.
I wonder if there's a trade.
Probably fucking not. They only trade Hellraiser.
What?
There's a bunch of trades of all the Hellraiser comics.
Oh, okay.
But I doubt they did it for Nightbreed.
I fucking read a Friday the 13th Texas Chainsaw Massacre crossover comic once, where fucking Jason shows up to the Texas Chainsaw farm, and Leatherface is like, "Oh, you're kind of like me," and he like shows him around, and then they kind of get into this like bro fight. Like Jason does something that pisses Leatherface off, and like, "That's it, time to fight." It's fucking. It was like buddy comedy for the first few pages, and then it was like, "We gotta fight."
That's fucking ridiculous.
It was awesome.
That's almost as good as my Tall Man from Phantasm and Dude from Brain Scan getting together, because they're from the same universe.
You ready for the best crossover idea I've ever had?
Okay.
So Punisher and Genghis Khan from Pokemon get together to take down an underground Pokemon ring where the Pokemon are being abused, and like Punisher rides in the Genghis Khan's pouch,
I was gonna ask you how fucking high you are, but I know you don't do like drugs unless they're prescribed to you. Like, didn't he give me shit for the tall man and fucking Trickster from Brain Scan? He gave me shit for that, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
You can give me shit.
But here's the thing: I was at least high when I created mine.
I wonder what inspired David Cronenberg to be in this movie.
Oh, I was telling Jay. So Clive Barker wrote Decker for David Cronenberg. He wanted David Cronenberg in this movie, but he was hesitant to ask him because he was worried that David Cronenberg would take over the movie, being the amazing director that he is. And he was at a lunch with him, John Landis, and there was another famous horror movie director. Not super famous, but in the same category. There was a fourth guy. No, I can't remember who it was. It's in the special features for the Scream Factory, in the making of documentary. And after the dinner, he went up to Cronenberg and he was like, "Hey, I wrote this script for my book. I want you to be Decker. Will you check it out?" And he called back and was just like, "How much?" And he did it, and he only gave Clive Barker one piece of advice, but they didn't tell you what the piece of advice was. Just that it was good.
No telling, man.
Yeah. So,
I really like the makeup on dude that cut everything but his face and his ears off. I can't remember the monster's names for shit.
His name is Half a Face.
Narcissus, I think.
Oh yeah, Narcissus, not Narcissus.
Yeah, I like his makeup. It's like a combination between kind of muscly and reptilian.
Yeah,
it.
Yeah.
It's like if you pulled the rest of his skin off, that's what I could imagine Mr. Begone to look like.
Mr. Who?
Oh, it's another Clive Barker book.
Oh, okay.
Fucking,
I don't read very well.
Mr. Begone is about this young demon that's in hell, and his dad is very abusive, and he gets pissed off, and fucking his dad ends up throwing him in a fire, and it fucks his skin and shit up. But he was they describe the demons that are down there in this particular universe as being like reptilian, and he ends up somehow or another, I can't remember, he ends up getting pulled up to Earth and by a preacher, because basically what they do is they find a hole that's a gateway to hell, and they throw meat like fishing on a rope and throw it down in there, and they lower it down through the 9 circles of hell and see what they catch to bring the demons up.
That is literally the only way that you could describe fishing to me that I would be like, fuck yeah, let's go.
Yeah, let's go demon fishing.
For real.
Yeah. Mr. Begone is a really easy read, so if you're ever interested in reading it, you could probably finish it in a day or two.
Yeah, I read Hellbound Heart just because I was super interested in it, so maybe.
Yeah, I mean, Mr. Begone's cool. It's about it centers around around Mr. B and the invention of the printing press.
Interesting.
It's cool.
Well, shit. Well, I guess let's rate this bitch. It's a fucking 5 out of 5 for me. Even with the problems that I have with it, and even though it's like a big problem because it's the main fucking character, I don't give a shit. I still think it's fucking 5 out of 5. I think there's so much to fucking love in this movie.
The sets look fucking amazing, by the way.
Oh my god, dude. The sets and just like some of the times when they're looking down at like the cemetery or something, like I can't tell if it's real or if it's like part matte painting, but it's just fucking amazing. I love this movie. Like when she's first, like when her and the chick go to Midian and Laurie's first walking through the cemetery. Yeah.
Do you know that's half and half?
That it's half cemetery and half matte painting?
Yep.
That's dope.
Yeah. I mean, especially for the time period, because now, you just CGI layer everything in there. But basically, yeah, they took a matte painting they had a couple of the stones that were in there, and then the rest of it was nothing but just grass, with like the hay grass area that you can see, and then they fucking added the matte painting in there with another layer.
Ah, see, that's fucking dope. Because they look really good. Yeah,
that was actually, they showed how it was done in the special features I got on that edition you gave me.
Ah,
it looks cool.
Well, dope. So yeah, Kenneth, what do you rate it?
5 out of 5.
5 out of 5. Fucking Jay, where are you at?
Well, there was that 5 out of 5.
Yes. All right. Well, that's fucking Nightbreed. If you haven't seen Nightbreed, go watch it. You can watch the director's cut on Shudder. You can get the Blu-ray from Scream, and I highly recommend it. It fucking looks amazing. They did a wonderful job of getting all the pieces to make this movie again, and I'm super glad they did. Thank you for joining us all October for our Underground World trilogy that I created.
Yes, we coined that.
Yeah,
Underground trilogy.
Remember that. The Underground trilogy is officially digging up the Marabito and Nightbreed.
Yep, whether you like it or not.
Yeah. I had a blast doing these 3 movies because they're all very fucking different. And it was nice to also get back to the short format for our podcast, because we had been kind of doing a lot of longer shows, and we kind of wanted to bust out some smaller ones. Yeah, we're back to our dick size.
Yeah, wait, what? No, your dick size.
Shit, if it was my dick size, the fucking show would be like 5 minutes.
My dick size is like the 22 Shots podcast, for like 8 hours long. So,
that's
22 shots and exploding heads together in one podcast.
Yeah, Jay's dick size, both of them. Yeah, and then according to Kenneth, he's Witch versus a Doomsday Clock, because those his podcasts are only like 10 to 15 minutes long.
I am single. Send us a message on Facebook.
Ready to throw up from anxiety once you actually start talking to me.
Yeah, my shit's as long as an average YouTube video.
Well, not according to the Kill the Cast channel, because we have all the podcasts uploaded.
Yeah. Watch them shits.
So yeah, we'll be back
and click all the ads.
Yeah, and click all the ads and donate to the Patreon and touch me sexually and all that good stuff. We will be back in November. In November, we celebrate our birthday.
Yes. Yes. Yay.
We have done 1 full year. And we are going to go back and take a look at City of the Living Dead, because Kenneth was not there when Jay and I, to quote Jay, stumbled through it the first time.
Yeah, we fucking did. Oh man, you guys should listen to the first show. It's kind of rough. We give out incorrect facts. The order of events when we were doing our walkthrough format are out of order. We weren't very good, but it led to something amazing. Yeah. So you guys should give it a listen just for fun.
True Facts, the only podcast that Jay has ever listened to, and it also made him stop listening to podcasts.
That's pretty accurate.
Yeah. It took us a little bit to hit our stride, but damn, I'm glad we did. So we're going to do that. But we, for our birthday, are also going to tackle the most famous Fulci film. So definitely check that out. I don't know if it's going to be the beginning of November or late November, but we are doing a November birthday show for us, our 1 year anniversary show. So if you, for our anniversary show, and we'll let you know more as we get closer to it, want to tell us your favorite moments, send us an email, private message the Facebook page, private message one of us, leave it in the group chat, something like that. Send a raven. We'll fucking read it out on the show and talk about it. So it'll be fucking dope. We have a YouTube channel. Go check that out. All links, as always, are in the description. If you listen to podcasts on YouTube, I've uploaded them all. They're there now. You can put that on while you do your dishes naked or whatever you do. Check out our Patreon if you would like to force us to review a movie or make a video or just want to help us out. Go do that. We will have another Patreon movie to review next episode. I've got to do Tag by Sino, the same guy who did Suicide Club, so I'm pretty stoked to do that. Hopefully it'll be better than Executive Koala. It should be. I'm sure I'm going to be super confused. Just as much confused as fucking Executive Koala, but we'll see what happens. So I've got to do that one. We have another gigantic bucket of KFC, mostly because there's chickens, but we're also impregnating women so that they give birth to fucking dinosaurs. We are doing Carnosaur, and we're bringing on Dan Chase, formerly known from the Skeleton Crew, but permanently known from Cut to the Chase and most rehab clinics.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to listen to that one after y'all do it, because this is going to be fun.
Oh, yeah. I expect me and Dan Chase to get into it.
Hey.
What?
I'm gonna queue up a fight bell.
You might have to, because
ding, ding, ding. Okay,
like,
break it up. Back to the movie.
I'm gonna
look at that fucking dinosaur.
Them to get into you.
I'm gonna fuck him up worse than a needle in his arm. Is all I'm saying.
Oh, that's sad.
No, it's funny because he used to be a drug addict.
Yeah, you need to leave the past alone.
Well, no, that's part of the fun with Dan. I make fun of him for that. He makes fun of me for being a pussy piece of shit. It's good times. It's actually fun.
You guys should make fun of my crippling depression. That's my favorite thing.
Oh, I will.
We're not even going to talk about the Carnosaur.
Yeah, fuck the movie. It's
going to be a fucking insult battle back and forth.
Kill the Cast presents Roast Me.
Yeah.
So, thanks.
The love in the air.
It is. Oh, before we get out of here, one more thing. Yeah. Jay, you get to pick the song for this episode, and you said you had a specific song for Nightbreed. So can you tell us?
Not for Nightbreed. I meant the Nightbreed show.
Okay, well, this is the Nightbreed show, Jay.
Yes. So because this is our final episode in October, and October is Halloween.
It's some gay-ass Wednesday 13 song, isn't it?
Yes.
I knew it!
It is a Wednesday 13 song.
I knew it.
Because he's my favorite artist. He sings about horror movies, and he has a song called Halloween 1313, and it's fucking great.
Okay, so there you go. You're going to be listening to Halloween 1313 by Wednesday Addams of the Murder Dolls.
Wednesday 13. Although the Wednesday part does come from Wednesday Addams, so that's okay.
Wednesday 13 of the Murder Dolls. Formerly of the Murder Dolls.
Yes.
Formerly had sex with Joey Jordison from the Murder Dolls.
Well, there'd be more Murder Dolls if Joey Jordison wasn't a fucking bitch and quit every band he was in. But that's another story.
That's a fucking valid point. And then I'd get to hear a twist my sister too.
Yeah.
By the way, Kenneth, why do I keep associating Dee Snider with Nightbreed? No, this is a serious question. For some reason, I always thought that it was Dee Snider's Nightbreed. It was his movie. I don't know if it was he was in it or he wrote it, but for some reason, I keep thinking it's his movie.
I don't know.
Okay, so that's just me. I'm not confusing it with he didn't do some horror movie I don't know about.
He did do a horror movie.
Yeah, he did Strangeland.
Yeah.
Oh, Strangeland. Okay, that's what I'm confusing it. For some reason, I kept thinking he did Nightbreed.
No, obviously not.
Well, I mean, yeah, obviously not. Now I can tell that now.
Strangeland is fucking fantastic, though.
Is it? I've never seen it.
It's good. Well, I don't. It's not amazing.
You're not gonna like it, Jerry.
It's pretty. Why not? Why won't Jerry like it? I'm confused.
I just know Jerry. He ain't gonna like it.
Why is it a letdown like House of the Devil?
No, it's nothing like that. I mean, it's a decent movie for like me. I enjoyed it. You know, I saw it in the theater.
Okay.
But it's about body modification and stuff like that. And I mean, I guarantee you, the first thing you're gonna do is start ripping on Dee Snider's acting.
I mean, I like him in Holliston.
No, I mean, yeah, but see, the thing about it is like in Holliston, the acting is supposed to be kind of off.
Okay, that's true.
It's like he's making fun of himself. in Holliston. This Strangeland is supposed to be serious. So, like I said, I may be wrong, and if I am, that's awesome. But I really want to, I'm actually looking forward to hearing you rip on it because I know you will.
Well, I guess I'm gonna have to. Does it have a DVD release or something?
Yes, it does.
It has a great fucking soundtrack too, man. I mean, I actually enjoy the movie. I like it. Like I said, it's all
the
about
final fucking fight scene is fucking hilarious.
Right. And the whole movie's about fucking body modification and killing people and stuff and torture and whatnot. So it's cool and I enjoy it. And like I said, the soundtrack's fucking great. But I honestly just think you're gonna rip on it.
Okay, well, it doesn't sound like it's going to be as good as 8mm with Nicolas Cage, but I'll definitely check it out.
No. Two totally different fucking feeling movies.
Fair enough. I don't know why I wanted to connect it with that movie, but I for some reason did, because I don't know why I would think body modification and snuff films are the same. But...
Almost.
So that's it. So you will hear coming up here shortly... Halloween 13/13 by Wednesday 13. I got that right?
Yep.
Okay. And we will see you next time on Kill the Cast, exclusively on the Horrorphilia Network. I'm fucking out of here. I wanted to know if God really is an astronaut, so I'm gonna have sex with LSD. Kenneth, you got any last words?
Can I get some of that LSD?
You can if you can find Kansas over the rainbow. Jay, you got any last words?
It's bedtime, yo.
Bedtime? Bitch, it's like fucking 10 o'clock for you. Get the fuck out of here.
I'm tired. My job is stressful.
I used to eat so much LSD.
I used to eat so many Rice Krispies.
I ate a lot of LSD.
Well, how come you don't have the ability to set things on fire with your mind?
Because I ate too much LSD.
He's like, he had it, and then he lost it. He's like, shit.
How are you doing that? Doing what? Standing on water. Are you Jesus?
I am Jesus.
God. I fucking love SLC Punk.
They're supposed to be making a sequel.
They did make a sequel. It sucked.
And I didn't watch it because I don't have any desire to.
It fucking sucked. Don't watch it. Fuck that movie.
Yep.
But I don't know. I think I'm with Jay. I really don't. I don't want to fuck up how awesome the first one was.
First one of what? SLC Punk.
SLC Punk. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to fuck it up by watching the sequel.
Oh, funny. Here's a funny little tidbit. The night I very first watched SLC Punk, I rented that and Itchy the Killer at the same time. That was my double feature.
Dynamic there.
That is a
Punk and Itchy
God
the Killer.
damn. That's a double feature. Holy shit. Whew. Well, fuck. All right. Well, with that, we're fucking out of here, guys. Thanks for fucking listening. We will see you next time. We hope you had a lot of fun with our Nightbreed show, because I had a fucking lot of fun.
Tired.
Yeah. So. Remember, guys, if you're fighting in Midian and someone picks up a mirror, don't let them smash it over your head. Take off your stupid fucking mask so you can see and probably win this fucking fight. I don't know. Maybe that's a good decision. We are fucking out of here. We love you guys. Peace, love, chicken grease, and whatever else you use to masturbate. We will see you next time on Kill the Cast.